If you find that your children are on electronics all day long and you are pulling your hair out, all you want them to do is to be engaged and have fun with life. But truly, electronics is not the answer. We need to engage with our children. We need to be hands-on with our kiddos. Today, I've got a very special episode for you where you are going to learn some amazing activities that you can do with your children to truly grow together closer as a family. Welcome back to the Preschool All-Stars podcast. I'm your host, Joy Anderson, and with me today is my good friend, Jamie Reimer. She is the creator of the amazing website and all of her social media channels called Hands On As We Grow. So welcome to the podcast, Jamie.
Oh, thank you so much for having me, Joy. I'm looking forward to this. Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, you have over 500,000 followers on social media, and you have built up this beautiful website, handsonaswegrow.com. But where did this all start? There had to have been a point where this came from.
Well, it started back in 2010 or 2011, end of 2010, when I was stuck in the middle of it all. I had, at the time, two little boys, a 2-year-old and an infant. And looking back, I think I was very postpartum depression. And I needed, I'm a very creative person, so I needed some kind of outlet. And I was staying at home with them, and I needed something for me. And it just came about very randomly, but I knew I wanted to start doing activities with my kids, doing some crafts, doing whatever, because my mom was very hands-on with me as a child. So I was like, well, I want to start doing that. But my kid was 2.5, and he didn't even like to sit in color. So I was like, what in the world am I supposed to do, kind of thing. So the blog came about as an accountability for myself, that I said, I'm going to do 3 or 4 activities every week. This is going to hold me accountable. I'm going to tell you about what activities we do this week. And I just started sharing what we did. And just Googling, researching, trying to find things that I could do. I found most things were very craft oriented at the time. And that's not my kids. So I found ways to make it more active and involved. We were very hands-on. So that's how it all came about.
And so back when that started and you had your young children needing to find an outlet for you, but also so that you could be accountable, like you said, to have these activities and you'd post frequently. When did it start taking off? I mean, if it was a blog originally, at what point did it just start snowballing? You'd put so much time and effort, I'm sure, into this in the beginning.
It took many, many years. I mean, at the beginning, it was just for fun. I didn't really realize that I could make a business out of it or anything like that. So that was the first year or so. And then probably it wasn't until 2014 that I created my first ebook, realizing I wanted to somehow find a way to hold other people accountable, like the blog was accountable for me. So I created weekly plans for people in ebook form at that point, which then led to a membership in 2016 where I could do it every month after month for them, providing them with an activity plan and holding them accountable to doing it. So, it took a little while for me.
Totally. And I think evolving as you figured out, at first it was for you, but now you're blessing so many millions of lives and being able to, let's take it the next step, give you those activity plans, like you said, with your ebook, and then evolving that into a membership, more hands-on, as we say, just helping them even one step further. That's amazing. So you've had your membership since 2016. Now, at the time when you created, you had your 2 sons. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have 3?
I have 3 boys now. Yeah.
And how old are they now?
Now? Oh gosh. My oldest is in middle school. He's 12. My middle is a 4th grader. He's 10. I'm hoping I'm getting this right. I feel like I can't keep them straight. 12, 10, and 8. They're all even right now.
I totally understand.
My youngest is a 3rd grader now. Or 2nd grader.
Yeah.
See, I can't get it right.
You're totally fine. So you've got these amazing 3 boys, and they have been on this whole journey with you since the very beginning. Tell me about that experience as you have evolved as a family, where you truly are now, I would assume, completely embracing this hands-on, active lifestyle in your family, because as you're sharing it with the world, how has that blessed your family?
We are, very hands-on. We don't do the activities in the traditional way like we used to do anymore. They have evolved, and now we're very much into sports and athletics and that kind of thing. But we as a family are still very hands-on and intertwined with all of it. We are coaches. We take part in practices and that kind of stuff. Of course, there's always screen time, especially as they get older. But I am never one to be against. I've never been against screen time. I'm just, we all have to have our limits is kind of what I've always said. So we have our limits. But yeah, no, it's been great. Of course, there's the ups and downs of any parenting, and there's cycles, and there was cycles that I talked about back in the day where you seem to go in spurts of doing all kinds of activities and being very hands-on and involved, and then it's like oh, things are going great. I don't need to be like there. They can play on their own, which is great too. They need to have independent play and learn how to play by themselves. And then that leads to almost the boredom and troublemaking. All right. And then you're okay, and now I need to intervene again kind of thing. So there's cycles, of course.
I love that. And you talked about seasons of, obviously, as your children grow, their activities, their engagement is going to change. The activities will change. But you talked about these different cycles as well. And I saw this on your website. I absolutely love this. And you just brought it up. It was that, yes, we can be hands-on with our kiddos, but they also need to know how to entertain themselves, right? As well as we need to have time for ourselves.
Definitely. Yeah. No, that's a big thing. And actually, we've done challenges in the past. In the last 3 years, we've done free challenges for everybody. And one of the challenges is an independent play or play beside me kind of thing. Especially this last year with the craziness, you're at home and your kids are there, but you still need to do stuff. So it's a play beside me challenge. So we definitely embrace that as well, that they need to be able to learn to do things on their own. It's not always about the parent and interacting, I guess.
I love that. Finding both sides of the joy. That's wonderful. Yep. So with your website, you have so many activities. What type of activities are our listeners going to be able to find that they're going to be pretty excited about?
Oh, we are very much known for gross motor movement activities. Because with growing up with 3 boys, that's definitely what we gravitated towards. And we've kind of become known for that. So yeah, we're very much gross motor movement activities, and pretty much anything can be turned into one. Even crafts can be you can start setting supplies in different rooms and having them move around, or going on a scavenger hunt to find the supplies and so forth. But definitely gross motor, which also brings me up. Scavenger hunts are also a big thing that you would find on our site. And something else I really love, which people either cringe or they love, is painter's tape activities. We love using painter's tape in many different ways, whether it's for gross motor things or for art projects or fine motor things. But tape is great. It's very versatile, and we love to use it. So.
I love that. I remember seeing, I think it was back at Christmas time, or maybe it was even a year ago, but there was this viral video. I don't know if you were behind it, but somebody was, where there was this really adorable little child, and the mom had just put painter's tape around the entire home, and the kiddo was just going on this obstacle course around the corners, over the couch, under the table.
That was not mine, but definitely, yeah, that's the kind of thing you can use, and then you can make it be a road later with cars and whatever, or and then even peeling up the tape later is a great fine motor skill. Part of the cleanup can be the activity itself.
Absolutely. I remember my kiddos, at one point we had our graduation, and we had so much of this masking tape that we had to use for our graduation. And that was the big thing at the end of the night. Okay, everybody pull off the graduation or pull off the masking tape. And you got these balls. Whose ball is bigger? And that's a whole other play.
We've done that, yeah.
That's awesome. Now, what are some activities that parents can do right now at home with their kiddos? What are some of your go-tos that you're just on a rainy day at any time? These are just some of my favorite ones.
Absolutely. The one that comes to mind always is rubber bands on a can, which, take that loosely as you may, but a can of food. If you have cans of food, I know a lot of people are kind of getting away from the cans of food, but if not, you can take a hard plastic cup, or I wouldn't do a glass cup, or a mason jar, and just slip rubber bands over top of it. And if you don't have rubber bands, you can use hair ties or that kind of thing. But it's a great, just busy activity for your kid to do. Super easy to say, hey, here you go. Do what you want. We've done it with counting. You can add on 5 rubber bands, take off 3. How many do you have left? You can add in some little math problems. Or I actually, at the time, I had colored rubber bands. So you can start patterning or add on these colors of or these colors of rubber bands, or just remove the red rubber bands or whatever. So you can add in a lot of learning here and there, and little things. It's great for them to like sit at the kitchen counter while you're cooking dinner. It's very easy to show and set up. So that's a number one that I love. Another one is the tape road, like you were kind of saying. Just tape down whatever you want on the floor. You can make it into a city if you have blocks, cars, trains add into it, because it just leads to imagination play, and it can be left out for days. Always, I just want to side note, always test painter's tape if it's going to peel off a wooden floor. It's great for vinyl floors or tile floors. You shouldn't have to worry about anything, but just check your wooden floors before you stick it everywhere. I've never had issues, but I know some people have. I'm trying to think of what other activities like my favorite. I love just simple sticker activities. I'm thinking of one right now. It's a Christmas tree one, but it can be done really any season. So you just cut a Christmas tree out of a piece of paper, like a cardboard or construction paper, and draw the garland on, and then you can stick little stickers on the garland to kind of make the ornaments or whatever. But you could do like follow the line of whatever with stickers. Great fine motor practice. And super easy. Like I love the ones that are super easy to set up. We actually have a capsule ebook that is meant for the whole. Sorry, I'm rambling.
No, it's good.
So it's like you have a capsule of supplies. It's only 11 supplies, and you can do over 70 different activities. So we have a lot of things where you can do just with a pen and paper or markers and paper or whatever writing utensil you want to do, like the dots and boxes game. And I'm trying to think of what else, but yeah, those are my go-tos, I guess.
I love that. Now, you mentioned that from the very get-go, when you started this blog, your whole intention was to help, have activities with your kiddos, help you be accountable, truly find meaning and joy in our motherhood journey. You did mention that you had struggled with perhaps postpartum depression back then. How has your blog and this following and everything you've created since then, how has that blessed you as Jamie?
Definitely with that, because it's my creative outlet. It's something that I can call mine, and it's for me, and I can do with it what I want, kind of thing, if that makes sense. But yeah, it's definitely for my creative outlet. I can try new things. At the beginning, it was more with the activities and creating the new activities, and that was my creative outlet. And now it's more morphed into the business side of things and how I can be creative inside my business. But yes, definitely helped me get through motherhood, especially during those early years, needing that connection with other moms, because that's something I didn't find around town at the time. I live in a very small town, and I just didn't seem to find that same connection that I needed in town here. But now I feel like I have connections all over the world.
Absolutely. And I know you've built your membership, like you said, since 2016. And if I have to be on the outside looking in, I would say that connection piece that you just talked about weaves right through that membership. Can you tell us about this exciting thing that you've put together coming up for our listeners?
Yeah, definitely. Connection is a major thing. And with our membership, we really want to be able to hold our members accountable and give them motivation to do activities. And we've always tried our best at that. And with little things, that this new thing that we've coming up, I think we've really nailed it. It's called the Activity Room Accountability Series. And it's a 12-week series where you form a team. So you and your team are going to work towards this goal together. So you're going to create awesome connections within your team, whether that's your real life friends or friends you make within our membership. And you guys are going to each do 5 activities a day, or 5 activities per week. Each member is going to do 5 activities per week on your team. And then you're going to submit that and you have to submit it each week. So that holds that accountability. Like, I actually have to get this done in order to win a grand prize of $1,000 for your team. So, which is amazing motivation right there. So we're really trying to really motivate and make sure it actually happens, kind of thing. Our thing has always been, we're actually going to get you to do the activities rather than just pinning them. So I feel like this accountability series is really going to help out with that.
And I think every mom can appreciate not wanting the overwhelm of being on Pinterest all day. The activities are gorgeous, but in the end, it really truly comes back to spending time with our family and growing those relationships. So listeners, if you are loving this, which I know you are, if you're parents of young kiddos and you want to truly grow those binds together, you need to be in this activity room accountability series. And I loved how you said, it's 4 friends. And if you don't have your 4 friends, that's okay. Jamie will pair you up with some amazing people so you can get that connection and truly feel like you're not alone anymore. Jamie, where can they go to be able to join this?
Sorry, this is going to be a long URL, but you can go to room.handsonaswegrow.com and then /accountability-series. And that will get you to sign up. And yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to repeat that really quick. It's room.handsonaswegrow.com /accountability-series. Is that correct?
That is correct. You got it.
And we'll also have the link, of course, in our show notes as well. And always handsonaswegrow.com is definitely her main hub. Jamie, thank you again for being on our podcast and bringing this amazing series to our listeners.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me on here. I appreciate it greatly.